guys, May here, and today I'm going to do a rant video. I've actually been wanting to do this for a while, talk about this in a video, because I'm actually really curious about what you guys think about this topic too. A while back, my boyfriend asked me, how fast do K-pop artists, release music in comparison to the United States? And I didn't really know how to answer him. I was just kind of like, there's a bunch of different albums they do. They do single albums, they do mini albums, they do full-length albums. It really depends on the group and what company they're in and how new they are. And I said there were a lot of factors that were, in that. And so he was like, okay. He has a couple of friends who are into K-pop, or used to be into K-pop, and then there's me, his girlfriend, who's into K-pop, so he was like, just a little curious. Then the other day, Bangtan revealed that they were going to come back, and I was like, what? The first thing I thought when I heard this was didn't they just come back? Didn't they just release Boy in Love a couple months ago? And so it got me thinking, how many comebacks in K-pop is actually too many comebacks? What is our definition of too many comebacks? So let's discuss. How many K-pop comebacks in a year is too many comebacks? Like I told my boyfriend, in K-pop, whatever is normal for a group depends on a lot of things. How big their company is, how many other groups the company has to promote, how new they are, if you need to expose them more, they definitely have more comebacks, and just if they have any subgroups, or if they're in Japan, that plays into it. But let's just talk about Korean comebacks for a second. I think what's normal for us in Korea is maybe 2 mini albums a year, or 1 full-length album and a single album. I think that's kind of our norm that we've established, and now there's also a lot of solo albums, subgroup albums. But I think since a lot of K-pop groups are in Japan now, the next generation of K-pop groups like b.a.p and Bangtan, and EXO hasn't gone to Japan yet, but we all know it's right around the corner for them to go to Japan. So, with all those groups in Japan now, I think that people like me who buy Japanese albums, at least for my top 3 groups, it's a little overwhelming. Like I've said in a couple other videos, it's kind of overwhelming how many comebacks K-pop artists have a year. And I think a norm in the news now for us is hearing about artists getting hospitalized because of being overworked. I think it's scary how that has become a norm for us, how it's been well, they need to be sent to the hospital for an IV because they passed out on stage or whatever. That's normal for us. I feel like what I said the norm is should be the limit for Korea, and I'm including subgroups. And because let's talk about Infinite for a second. They just released their second full-length album and a repack, and they had a Japanese single, which some groups don't really promote their Japanese singles. Infinite is one of those groups that does go to Japan and promote it. They might not go yet, but they're doing that, and then they have another concert coming up. And then we have Infinite H and Infinite F, who are rumored to have albums this year, and maybe Sungyu too, and Wooyeon had an album with Key from SHINee before this. So that's 5 comebacks I just named. So season 2, be back. The music video for Last Romeo in Japanese is not any different than the music video in Korean for Last Romeo, except that obviously they're mouthing the words for the Japanese lyrics. So I guess 3 Wooyeon, and then if Infinite H and Infinite F do albums, that's 6 comebacks, including Japanese stuff. That's kind of insane, and we don't know if they're gonna have another Japanese single this year or not. It's only July, so who knows? And b.a.p's first year. I know everybody who was in K-pop back during b.a.p's first year of promotions, I think we all got a little concerned for their health because they came back so often. So I think that 2 Korean comebacks a year, while that doesn't sound like a lot, should be plenty. And I think Bangtan has released all 3 Japanese singles this year, right? They did No More Dream Japanese, they did Boy in Love, which is our newest one, and they did, what was the second one? But you guys know what I mean. They had 3 Japanese singles, they had Boy in Love, they had the Boy in Love repack, and then they're doing this new album, which they were doing in the United States. They were working with some person. That's how I heard about it. So yeah, I think that while they're kind of okay, because I don't think they promoted their Japanese singles too much. I think they did a little bit. I'm pretty sure they went to Japan and promoted them a little bit, but not a lot, you know? They didn't do a lot of signings, but of course they're just getting into Japan, so they probably actually did do more than I know about. So yeah, it's beginning to get to the point where I'm a little worried about them. And then EXO comes back a lot. They come back so much. They had a Christmas album, and then they had Overdose, and when they're not doing that stuff, they are in dramas and reality shows and CFs. They have about like 20 commercials that they do all the time. I just see them everywhere, especially the Nature Republic ones are really big. And then they have the Sunny 10 things, and they just endorse so many companies. And so you have to think, even when they're not coming back, they're doing a billion things. I just want to know what you guys think. Let me know in the comment section down below how many comebacks a year should be the max. Like, I don't think we should make a law like you can only come back twice a year, but I think that once it gets a bit more than that, the companies should be like, maybe we should promote a different group for a while. But then, you know, in b.a.p's case, all they have is Secret right now. They're working on releasing a new girl group soon. But, you know, in EXO's company, they have so many other groups that they're promoting. And they are promoting, like, they're promoting, what's it called? The Infinite's company is the same way. It's very small, and, you know, they're working on releasing their new girl group, but for right now they have Tasty, Nell, and Infinite. And that's it. I want them to debut soon. I really do. Not just for Infinite's health's sake, but for my own sake, because I really want them to debut. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and let me know in the comment section down below, how many comebacks is too many? Do you guys get tired of seeing the same group all the time, especially if they're not your bias group? Or even if they are your bias group, do you get concerned once you see that they're having another comeback? I think babies will be able to answer this question the best. Though elves have seen a lot of stuff the past couple of years because they haven't had a Korean album, but now they are having a Korean album. They're still keeping up with all their solos and stuff, so yeah, just let me know in the comment section down below, and I will see you very, very soon. Bye! Hey guys, I'm here, and today I'm going to be unboxing Infinite's Last Romeo Japanese Normal Edition. I just did version B in a different video. I'm really excited to finally have it. I got this from CD Japan, and I didn't order from Yes Asia this time just because it was